What is up guys, Kartak here, and today I'm here with the Digimon deck profile. Today we'll be going over the Chessmon deck. A lot of you seem to be requesting this one, so I decided to do this one first. And I am still trying to do some matches recorded, but due to some scheduling conflicts with my other friend, we haven't had the time to do so yet. So that should be coming next week, or we'll be recording next week. I'm not sure when the actual videos will be coming out, but stay tuned for a little bit more. I'll be doing more Battle Spirits and Digimon deck profiles for the time being. So yeah, let's go right into the Digitama deck first. So for the Digitamas, we're running 4 of the Bakuman, or the Pagumon. So this one is just on deletion. You can look at the top card of the deck, and if it's a black Digimon card, you can add to your hand, and if not, you put it at the bottom of the deck. So this is just used to grab more Chessmon pieces to your hand. This deck is pretty reliant on having them at hand so that you can play them. Alright, so next we are going to be playing 4 of the King Chessmon. King Chessmon has the ability where if you want to hard cast them and you have 8 Chessmon name cards in your trash, you can play it for 8 costs less. So you can pay it for 5 costs, and then on play or on deletion, you can delete one of your Digimon to play a card with Chessmon as name other than King Chessmon from your hand without paying its cost. So you can delete one of your weaker Chessmons and play a stronger Chessmon with a card's effect. So he's pretty good. 4 of the Queen Chessmon. Queen Chessmon is a blocker. So also another gimmick for this deck is the yellow ones usually activate effects on your turn, and the black ones activate effects on your opponent's turn, or both turns in Queen Chessmon's case. So she has a blocker, and also whenever Chessmon Digimon is deleted, you can make this card active again, so you can use her as an attacker, much like how you would do so in a game of chess. Your queen is usually your strongest piece. For level 7s, we're actually running 2 of the Omnimon Short. The reason why we're running this is this card helps you turbo out your trash a little bit, and it also helps you play your level 5 or less Chessmons from your trash if you need to recycle them for some reason. So it's pretty good. The on deletion is, it's nice to have, but it's not super necessary right now. And I think actually with the burst cards coming out soon, the ace cards coming out soon, I think short will be seeing more play since those cards have fairly low play costs. For the level 5s, we're going to be running 4 of the Rook Chessmon. This one is also a blocker, and then when this card is deleted on your opponent's turn, you can play a Chessmon card that is level 5 or less from your hand without paying its cost. So usually you'll be playing, if it's your turn, you'll be playing, if your opponent has no more attackers, then you'll be playing the yellow one, so that when it goes back to your turn, you can go into a king one or a queen one. If it's still your opponent, if your opponent still has attackers, then you might play another rook, or everything else that has a blocker, so you can continue blocking with the pieces. So yeah, that's the rough idea for this one. Next, for the Bishop Chessmon. This one is on deletion. When this card is deleted on your turn, you can play a Chessmon that's level 5 or less from your hand. So if you're attacking with this one and this one dies, then you can play the Rook from your hand. If it doesn't die, you can Digivolve into a Queen or a King, and then this card has reboot, so you'll be able to reboot that Digimon. So you can it gives a little bit of protection. It won't die, or if you Digivolve into the Queen, you can use it as a blocker. So yeah. Next, for the level 4, we're running the Knight Chessmon. So this is also on deletion during your turn. You can play a level 4 less. So basically all their effects are pretty much the same. They activate on deletion, but depending on the yellow one, if you're playing the yellow one or the black one, they will either play a card on your turn or your opponent's turn, and it's usually the same level or less. So this one is the same idea. Attack with this one, and if it doesn't die, you can Digivolve into the black one. If it dies, then you can just play it another piece. And it also has reboot, so then all the yellow ones have reboot, so that when you Digivolve into the black ones, you can unsuspend it and use it as a blocker on your opponent's turn. So pretty good. Next, we're also running the other Knight Chessmon. This one is the black one. This one has blocker, obviously, and on deletion, you know the deal. it plays a level 4 on your opponent's turn when it's on your opponent's turn. So, yep. Next, for the pawn Chessmons, the black and the yellow one. Again, black one has blocker, and the yellow one has reboot, and it does the same thing. Except now it has a special ability where it is for every other Chessmon name card you have in your trash, you'll be able to add 2 to the maximum level that you have. Sorry, it's yeah, if you have 8 or more. So if you have 8, then you can play a level 5. So it's pretty good. Which is one of the ways why you want to kind of expedite your trash in some ways. But obviously you want to have these cards as much as possible in your hand. So we're going to run out a lot of cards that can add stuff to your hand. So first up is the Digimon from the battle pack, the online battle pack. This one is at the end of the battle, you can open the top card of your deck, and if it's a black 4 cost or less, you can play it. If not, then you can add it to your hand. So either way, you can get something out on the field or get some advantage, so it's pretty good. I quite like it. Don't have space for more though, so only running 2. Next, we are going to be running 4 of the girls from BT13. On play, you can play a pawn Chessmon without its cost, so it's pretty okay since these are 3 costs in place. You're pretty much getting this for one cost out. And then on both players' turn, whenever one of your red and yellow 2-color Digimon is played, you can rest this tamer to get 1 memory back and draw a card. So she's actually really, really strong, especially if you have multiple of her on the field, or multiple of them on the field. They really stack. So if your opponent attacks you and then you use your blocker and it gets deleted, if you have like 3 of these, you can just tap all 3 of them, draw 3, and then you get 3 memory back. So that could potentially just end your opponent's turn, which is really, really good. Obviously, they are kind of expensive to play because they are 4 costs, so it depends on the situation, but they are for the most part pretty good. They're especially good if your opponent attacks into them and they're on your security. So yeah. Next, we're running 2 Maki. This helps you search out for a dual color Digimon with black in its color. Also Tapermon, but we're not running a Tapermon, so that doesn't matter. And then whenever one of your black Digimon, sorry, your 2-color black Digimon or Digivolve, you can rest this tamer to get the cost -1. So she's pretty good, mainly used as a searcher, but if you're Digivolving, that is fine as well. So next, other tamer, we're running 2 of the Tai Chis for your setters. This is just mainly to beef up your blockers a bit. They're actually fairly standard numbers, so your opponent can beat over them pretty easily, but the extra 1000 will just make it a little bit more beefy. So yeah. And we're also running 2 analog boys. This helps you stack your trash a bit and helps you spawn more Tamas. So not a bad card as well, and it's also has a similar purpose as the girls, where when your level 5 gets destroyed, you can get memory back. So potentially it'll help you end your opponent's turn a little bit earlier. And for the options, we're running 2 Congo. Congo is here to help stop your opponent from rushing you. Last but not least, we're running 2 of the black memory boost. This helps you search out majority of your deck and also gets you a little bit more memory. If you have a setter and a black memory boost on the field, you can play the King Chessmon without ending your turn, which is pretty good. So there's that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. It's a very fun deck to play. Obviously, it's not super competitive since it's kind of combo reliant and not the most consistent deck, but in this build, we try to make it as consistent as possible. So hopefully this helps you out in your builds. But yeah, the general idea is just to get as many Chessmon pieces in your hand as possible, and then just keep swapping them black and white, and then you'll be able to kind of cheese out your opponent that way. But if your opponent has a deck that has a lot of control, or they have ways to bounce you instead of deleting you, then you're gonna have a hard time. But this is still a pretty fun deck to play, and yeah, you can get some cheeky wins out on unsuspecting players, and it really takes a lot of skill to know when to play which piece. I also kind of have to know your matches, because sometimes when you think your opponent's turn's about to end and then you're going to go into a white one, they might have something that can remove you without passing their turn yet, and then you just lose this, and then you won't be able to get the effect to proc off. So in that case, you're going to have to kind of just know what decks are out in your locals, or what kind of decks are kind of relevant in the meta right now. But obviously, it's still an uphill struggle, but this deck is still really fun to play. And I think you're going to see some matches with this one soon, because it ages really well to test this deck out. But that's pretty much it for this deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Kurataku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!